Hi guys, welcome back to the Shannon Show podcast. Hello if you're new. So today's episode is going to be a review of Too Hot to Handle Season 1, Episode 6. So the beginning of the episode is continuing from the ending of the last episode, the situation between Fran and Harry. I predicted that they were going to get back together and I was correct, but let's talk about it. So obviously, we get back to Harry having his little rant last speech, and he basically tells Fran that she is lucky that he is giving her a second chance, basically. And Francesca is just nodding her head, and I was just thinking, like, Francesca, respect yourself. Like, this guy is literally fully saying you are lucky to be with him. Honestly, Harry is just another level of delusion about lucky to be with him. And I'm just kind of thinking, again, Francesca literally didn't do anything wrong in their whole dispute. I'm still confused. But anyway, on the conditions of them reconciling, he says that there are to be no other guys. Okay, standard if they're meant to be exclusive now. And they are to communicate with each other. She's meant to communicate with him if she's upset, and I thought that was very condescending and very trifling, considering that their last dispute he knew what the reason was, because he's the one who literally created that dispute. So I thought like that was just very cheeky, the whole communication thing. And then he says that they're not going to break the rules, which I just thought was very interesting, and I thought that he just said that for show, to be honest. Honestly, his whole rant just came across as, you know, entitled, crazy and toxic. But Francesca is just there nodding along. Again, I don't know what she sees in him. He doesn't have much on offer to, you know, disrespect yourself like this. But you know, each to their own. And then the producers go ahead and give them both the green light. So they were basically allowed a free pass to kiss. And again, I'm not really sure what is going on here, whether there is some favoritism going in here, but I'm not sure why the producers are rewarding Harry's entitled behavior. Like, that is not growth. Like, Harry is literally an entitled, toxic human being. Please tell me I'm not the only one who thinks like this. I'm just really confused why Harry is just having such a great time on this island. So obviously after the kiss, I guess it's official, they're back together. Kels is basically like how he's not bothered, but we know he secretly is. And I didn't say it in the last podcast, but in the last podcast, Chloe makes a comment saying, oh, like, they're back together. And I think she was disappointed. I think, you know, obviously last episode, we knew that she wasn't really getting on with Bryce. And she admitted, you know, verbally that she was not into Bryce. There was no chemistry there. So I think she was going to break up with Bryce and then try and move on to, at the time, single Harry. So I know definitely Chloe is upset that they're back together. Then out of nowhere, the producers decide that they're kicking Hayley off. Their reasoning is that she hasn't shown any progress. She's been negative and she's been breaking the rules. To be fair to Hayley, she only broke the rules once. Fair enough, she has been very negative, but I don't think the producers have given her an opportunity to have a positive outlook. So overall, I personally liked Hayley's character. I liked how she didn't like anyone and she was just real about it. I like the fact that she didn't like anyone and she was real about it. So I suspect that she probably pissed off the producers. Maybe they were asking her to do stuff for entertainment value and she was just like, fuck off. So they were just like, okay, bet we're gonna boot you off the show. But of course, last episode we knew that Hayley wanted to go anyway, and she was just like, fuck all of you guys except for Francesca, and makes her exit. It was pretty iconic, you know, she kept it real to the very end. I would have liked to have seen more of her. Obviously, after the whole Fran situation, we really didn't see much of her. So I'm not sad that she went, but yeah, I feel like they didn't really give Hayley a chance, to be honest. But what do you guys think? Did you not really care that Hayley went? Were you happy that Hayley went? Or do you feel like the producers were unfair to kick her out? Personally, I think if Hayley was to go, I'm not really sure about this non-progress kicking people out. I think it would have been better to have an elimination. I think that definitely would have been a bit more dramatic. But what do you guys think? Do you like the whole aspect of people being kicked off for not making progress, or do you feel like it should be an elimination thing? So in the beginning of the episode, we also see Matthew in the confessional basically saying how he really wants to find someone, and it seems like him finding someone on the island is very important to him. We also see Chloe pussyfooting around dumping Bryce. She's saying that she doesn't find him attractive. She's saying that there's no chemistry there. But then in the same breath, she's saying, oh, well, maybe I should just look past that and try and make things work. Again, like I said in my prior podcast, I'm not sure why she's forcing this relationship. I'm kind of thinking now it's not about personal growth and finding somebody. I think Chloe knows when she's in a relationship, the camera is on her. I think she's kind of conscious of that, and that is why we are always seeing her going through these relationship dilemmas. As I said, look at the other contestants who aren't doing anything and look at the screen time that they're getting. That is what my theory is. But what do you guys think? Do you think Chloe is generally trying to look for someone, or do you feel like she was kind of just using the whole Bryce storyline as screen time? So we have a few more grenades coming in to the house. So we've got 3 contestants. We've got Lydia from the UK. She looks tanned. Like, I'm not sure whether she's just over tanned or mixed race. I'm not sure. You never know these days, isn't it? You know, she looks okay. She's got the kind of Scouser look about her. He's from the UK. He looks decent, but the personality, I don't know. The personality isn't really there. The intelligence is lacking. He doesn't have much substance about him past the looks. And Madison, she's from the USA, California. She's got the Californian look. She's definitely giving me the crystal necklace vibe, and she's got this kind of hippie vibe about her. So when they come into the island, obviously people are sussing them out, and they ask them what their types are. Lydia says that she likes somebody tall with nice teeth. Cory says he likes someone who's fit with a nice body. He has good banter. And Madison says she's got no type, and she's all about the spiritual, intellectual connection. She definitely looks like one of those people. And they all basically say that, I'm not sure what Lydia said, but Madison and Cory for sure basically said that they don't care about the money and they're going to do whatever they want to do if they feel like it's right. So of course with this new, some people are nervous about the stability of their relationship. Rhonda is talking about how she's nervous that Sharon's head's going to turn. Sharon is talking about how this is going to test their relationship. Harry is saying that he's nervous. Fran is saying that she's ready to fight for her man. Not really sure if he's worth fighting for, but okay. And Bryce is now suddenly claiming Chloe as his girl. But Chloe is looking like she's ready to jump ship. Like, she saw Cory and she's just like, okay, he's hot. I want him. She's already looking for a way out. So in terms of the connections that are built with the new islanders and the existing islanders, we see Lydia and David getting close. He says that he likes her bum. We kind of saw her bent over attempting to twerk, but you know, that position is a bit disguising, you know. And he says that he likes her dark skin. I think that's definitely going to be interesting if she is in fact just a white person. Like I said in the first episode, I did get a little bit of fetishy vibe from David, and now this is more information. He likes dark skin and nice bumps. You know, things are starting to add up just a little bit, you know. Chloe is definitely feeling Cory. I definitely think it's more of physical and sexual attraction rather than actual substance, because Cory, his personality is very bland, but obviously he's a better option than Bryce. Bryce takes it reasonably well. I think Bryce definitely knew that his time was up as soon as Cory walked in. Francesca have apparently gotten to the next level and are rewarded with a private suite, and it's the same rules that were with Rhonda and Sharon. Now, obviously, Harry was talking all that shit about, you know, not breaking the rules. As soon as they got into that private suite, I knew they were going to break the rules. Francesca's already says that she doesn't need the money, and Harry is very clear that he doesn't need the money either, and they definitely had the money either. We see them kissing, we see them getting heavy-handed, we see them kissing, and I feel like we all knew that they had sex. And even the contestants, when they were speculating, they all basically knew that they had sex and there was going to be a lengthy bill coming their way. Kels, the accountant, is stressed. I can just tell that Kels is over it. So of course the next day they go to their respective groups again. Obviously the boys and the girls spill the tea and they admit that they had sex. Again, everybody seems to be supportive. Well, most people seem to be supportive. Kels is obviously stressed, he's disappointed. But the girls, some of them are a bit quiet because I think some of them, especially Nicole and the people who aren't in relationships, are just kind of just like 20k clean, just like that. Ooh. But Chloe seems to be more vocal about supportive, like, oh, I'm so happy for you. I want that for myself. It's so sweet that you were able to get to that level and that you are so close with each other. But me, I would have just cussed Francesca out. There is no, oh, that's sweet, congratulations, because I just feel like it's rude because you're saying that you don't need the money. It's just selfishness, especially for the contestants who actually could benefit from having the money. It's just selfish. And again, it was not really much remorse there in terms of, I think there was definitely more so than Rhonda and Sharon. But again, it just kind of felt like it wasn't really that big of a deal because they like each other and they have this connection, blah, blah, blah. It was 20k for sex. That's what they were charged. Charged for the kissing and the other stuff that they've probably done. So I think it's a cap. It's a 20k cap per sexual encounters, I think. But still, 20k, just like that, clean 20k after that whole 16k cash loss. Obviously, this time Kels, you can tell Kels is just like pissed off. You know, he kept it inside when the 16k was rinsed out the account. But this time he spoke up and you could just tell that he was angry because he wasn't really making much sense, but he was angry. He was staring at them. And I think maybe people thought he was joking, but I can tell Kels was literally dead serious because I think Kels is probably somebody who could benefit from having 10k. And he's even good because he was angry, but it was passive. I think I would have just started cussing them out. And I would have went inside the bedroom and I would have started taking valuable shit. Any jewelry you bought, that's mine, bitch. How dare you? How very dare you? And then on top of that, they're both kind of saying like it was worth it. Like they didn't care about the money. It was worth it. 20k for a couple of minutes, according to Harry. 20k. Sorry. Oh! 20k. 20k. Wow, I feel like I wouldn't speak to anyone for the rest of the duration. I'm doing my own thing from then. Don't ask me how I am. Don't say hi to me. Don't look at me. Just leave me be. I feel like at that point, there's only 2 more things left on your shopping list that you can get. And like I said, the mood in the house is that it seems like people don't really care about the money. And that's what I suspected would happen because obviously 10k extra money will be nice. But, you know, if you make a name for yourself on the show, you could probably make that from Instagram posts. And that's probably what Francesca is probably thinking. She already knows how the Instagram things go. So she knows by going on this show, she can amplify her platform and make all the money back that she lost for the group anyway. And I think a lot of them know that. So I think maybe that is why people don't care. But at the end of the day, money is money, isn't it? But at the end of the day, money is money. You could have potentially walked away with 10k and now you're just seeing it swindle because of the actions of some selfish contestants. But yeah, would you have still held firm or would you just been like, fuck it, like I'm just going to do whatever I want from this point because people don't seem to care? What would your reaction be from that point? Or are you somebody who thinks like it's not that deep, the prize money? Let me know what you think. But I definitely don't think whatever Harry and Francesca was doing was worth 20k. But what was interesting is that they didn't say anything about Chloe and Bryce's kiss. I'm not sure if that's still a prize to the cash fund, whether they're going to reveal that another day or whether they just kind of just forgot about it. So after the 20k cash loss, I'm guessing Matthew was just like, fuck this shit. We saw Matthew and Madison getting close with each other and it seemed like they were on a similar wavelength, but then we see Matthew basically saying that he's not feeling Madison and he doesn't really know what the purpose of his journey is on the show. And when he said that, I was kind of thinking, I bet he's going to end up leaving. So when Matthew stood up, I knew he was going to say that he was leaving. I mean, a 20k lost, is it really worth staying when it's very clear that the money is probably going to get to you like $20? Is it worth being him miserable? It's very clear that Matthew needs that sweet release. So I think he just decided it's best for him to just go. And, he said some weird stuff. He was like, in order for me to be the teacher or the learner, I have to minus myself out of the equation. Some things that he thought sounded smart that just sounded very stupid. But anyway, obviously he goes. Some people are upset. He's upset. He's saying that, he needs to continue his growth journey on his own, which I think is just a load of baloney. I just feel like a retreat is the best way to have self-growth. When you're outside, you have all of these distractions. So I think like he just wanted to bust a nut in peace. I feel like that's what it was. But yeah, Matthew, he definitely offered us a few entertaining moments here and there. But I'm not, upset that he's left. And then at the end of the episode, we see Cory and Chloe getting it on. They have a little kiss, they have a little smooch. It gets a little bit steamy. Cory's putting his hand on Chloe's neck. So we already know there is a cash loss. Next episode, Chloe. I feel like Chloe is really horny right now, and she is going to continue to break the rules, I think. But like I said, I don't really think there's anything past physical attraction there. I don't really see any like intellectual chemistry there. And I think obviously there's only a few episodes left, but I don't see them as a long-term relationship. But what do you guys think of Chloe and Cory together as a pair? That's the rundown of the episodes. As I said in my prior podcast, how I'm going to be dishing out these videos is I'm going to be watching the episode, recording this podcast, editing it, then uploading and repeating. So I strongly recommend subscribing to my channel and clicking on my post notification so you'll know as soon as the next review drops. So you might as well subscribe. Until next time, guys. Bye.